Since the release of Helldivers, a lot of people have been talking about different settings you can use to better your gameplay, so I'm going to bring to you guys a bunch of essential settings that y'all should change when jumping into your next Helldive mission. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so the first setting we're going to want to go over is the Remember Weapon functions. Now, we want to turn this on per weapon because when we use this, it'll determine if we last used the reticle. Now, the reticle is really useful if you want to aim right in and crouch and shoot, as your aim will be a lot better. If you prefer not to use that, then it will remember that you didn't use the reticle. So if you turn this setting on, you'll have aim either straight to the dot or straight to the reticle itself. Moving on to setting number 2, which is switch weapon on pickup. Now, I like to have this setting on mostly because I like to have my primary out when I'm running around, and normally I don't use that third weapon or my secondary when sprinting around. So in order to stop this from changing and retrieve my old weapons after dying, I can turn this setting on and continue fire with my main gun while also picking up my guns that I left on the ground from my previous death. Now, moving on to setting number 3 is the Reticle Visibility, and we're going to want to turn this on for obvious reasons. This allows us so that our reticle is out and about at all times, no matter when we're running, and so we don't have to stop sprinting. You can always see where you're aiming even before you start shooting, and this is also handy for throwing grenades and stratagems as well, as the reticle can guide them into the position of our interest. Another cool thing is you can also change the colors as well to white, yellow, green, or red, so whatever your preference may be. And always don't forget, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have reached up to 394 subs so far, so we're really proud of that. Looking to get to 400 probably by the end of this video if you guys do wish to subscribe. And remember, we can't do it without you guys, so make sure to, if you find this video useful, drop a like and make sure you hit those notifications, because we'll be posting daily more Helldivers content. Whatever you guys ask for, we'll make sure we keep it going. Now, let's get right back into it. Alright, so another setting I want to get you guys into is the compass ordinal directions. We want this to be on visible, and this is because if you see at the top there, we have a compass, and this will give us north, east, south, west, you name it, and you can give callouts to your teammates on the battlefield. That way everybody knows where people are and nobody's really scrambling all over the place. It's a really useful thing as a squad. If you're playing solo though, it's kind of just free use. And another quality of life thing I want to talk about is the HUD. I think the HUD is a little bit too large, so I think, if we change the setting a little bit, it's a little nicer if it's smaller on the screen. Now, another setting I want to get into is the motion blur. Now, the motion blur, obviously everybody knows how it works. Everybody wants motion blur off. Make sure you turn this off, as it will make it easier to move around and see in your game. Another thing I want to get into is the depth of field. Now, the depth of field is hit or miss. If you want to focus on one item in front of you or one enemy, whatever you call it, you can. Now, the only issue is everything around you becomes blurry, and if you see here, and as the ships in the side view, they're kind of blurry in the distance. Now, if we turn the depth of field off, those ships in the background will become a little more visible, and everything is more clear. So I just find it as a good way to, see everything out there. Now, same thing with the bloom. If you turn on the bloom here, the bloom makes like this glowy, foggy after effect in the headquarters here. Now, if we turn it off, that effect seems to go away. So I prefer to just have this off as well, as there's a lot less going on. And the sharpness as well. The sharpness does a really great deal on the game. I know if you play PC, it can affect your performance. Now, if you do want to, I'd say notch it down to 75 at the lowest, but try to keep it as high as possible if you can for both PlayStation 5 and PC. And another thing too, anti-aliasing. Yeah, you're going to want this on. This will help keep those smooth edges in your game and allow you for a better quality and better experience altogether. Or another setting we want to get into here is the look sensitivity. So if you do play on controller as you are a PS5 player, you're probably going to want to come around here and look at all the aim settings, the scope sensitivity, touchpad, you name it. You can also come down here to the motion sensor and always put it on always. This could allow you to do this cool gyro aiming that I've heard about, where you aim with the controller rather than the joysticks. I heard it can just be better experience for the game as well. And the last thing I would mention you controller players do here on PS5 is to mess with your dead zones and just kind of, make it a little bit easier and aim in for yourselves. Now, a setting I want to get back to, and on PC only, instead of using WASD, change your stratagem buttons to the arrow keys. This will allow you to run and also throw stratagems without having to dive and throw them on the ground or stay in one place. And this is a thing you can see controller players do a lot better, and this is one thing that does stink about the PC, but you are now able to run and type in stratagems at free will while moving all at the same time. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video and found it very useful, remember, please subscribe, as I will be putting out more helpful content like this in the near future, we'll be going over some of the best guns and, you know, you name it. So remember, stick with the channel, make sure you turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you guys out on the battlefield. Peace out.